Hello and welcome to Automobilista 2. We're taking a look at the Opala 1986 pack, which has recently come out from Reizer. Reizer have been updating this game a lot, and I thought it was a great time to take a look at Automobilista 2, what its handling is like, what its physics is like, how it compares to Project Cars 2. A lot of comparisons have been made, but constantly this game has been evolving and changing in feel. I wanted to take a look at these cars, see how these cars felt, and also let you guys know what there is to like about Automobilista 2 and what there is that might need to be improved. So with that said, we're looking at these Opala 1986 cars at the Velo Park in a 10-lap race. Enough of me talking, let's get to it. Moving into first gear. And we're off. I don't want to go too hard into turn one. We'll let the AI sort themselves out. Can we throw it up the inside into the third corner? We can. It's a bit bold there. Very slow through there. That was a bit cheeky on our behalf. Can we take it around the outside coming onto the straight? We absolutely can. Now we're playing on 100% difficulty here, which for me, that said, I've just locked them up and gone very deep. Playing on 100% difficulty here, so for me that's pretty high. I'll generally fluctuate between 90 and 105 depending on the mods in Automobilista the original. Now taking a look at these cars, obviously from 1986, says it on the package. These are a 6-cylinder engine. Not sure if they're straight line or V6, and a rear-wheel drive, but classic mid-80s cars. Great to be steering around this track. I'm in a mustard and mission brown car, which is 80s to the core. Maybe your parents or even grandparents have got a house from that era, and I will guarantee that their windowsills are painted mission brown, or at least were at one point, because brown was the colour of the 80s. Getting through this final turn here. Velo Park itself is a super interesting track. To our left here is the pit lane for the road course, but it's also the drag strip. So it's multi-use, that's for sure, and quite a short little dinky track. Oh, pull in here. The AI are super quick coming out of that corner just as we light it up. But then they're slow on their exit onto the straight here, and then their third sector is super slow as well. Have a look at this. Look at the run. We're going hard. Get those brakes on. Oh, I've done it again. That's horrific driving on my behalf. Let's give him the run onto the straight. I think because of my extremely poor performance there. Now, AMS2 handling at the moment. I think it's fantastic. Straight to the point. It's getting harder and harder to beat. Maybe R Factor 2 would give it a run for its money, but beyond that, it's got a lot of similarities to the original Automobilista, which is a fantastic handling game. Appreciate its graphics aren't fantastic, but its handling is still some of the best out there. Now, with this engine that Reizer have been using and modding for Automobilista 2, it's obviously based on Project Cars 2. We have gone really deep there again. I need to lift my game. It's based on Project Cars 2, and as a result, looks absolutely stunning. This is a stunning game, but we're now at the point that I can say confidently, this is one of the best handling sims, games, however you want to look at it, out there. The force feedback, I'm on a Thrustmaster, what is it, TS300 PC. The force feedback is really good. Can't complain. With Project Cars 2, I think I've spent 2 to 3 years fiddling with the force feedback to try to get it to feel right. It's well publicised that each class, each different car in Project Cars 2 can feel different, so you need to constantly play around with it. In this, everything seems to have that common feeling of handling. We did really shove it up the... Oh no, we're in trouble here. That was far too ambitious on my behalf. These cars lacking a bit of torque and power to actually flick spin them. In any case, the handling in these cars, the handling in this sim overall, the force feedback is really good. At this point, Automobilista 2, I would say, is well worth your money to jump into in early access if that's still available, or even to pick up when the full version releases. Now, already there's a full development path available on the forums if you want to go take a look. Initially, that's looking like Silverstone and Hockenheim to be released, as well as more content as far as cars go coming out for the game. Really, there's not much more for me to say. It seems to be really well optimized. I don't have the greatest card, I've got a 1080. And it's handling it pretty well with, this is most settings on Ultra, the only thing turned down is shadows, and of course we're recording at the moment, so it seems to be having no impact. As I say, the only thing that really needs some attention potentially is that AI pathing around Velo Park in any case, just to try and pull them up a little bit, maybe get them a little bit quicker, but of course that's something that Reizer is still working on, so I've got no problems there, and there's still plenty of room to grow. The scale goes up to 120. As I say, we're only at 100 at the moment, so it's fantastic. Now, this isn't to say Project Cars is inherently bad. It has some great elements. It has some areas where it can improve, and I think that applies to most representations of racing, to be honest. There's some absolutely fantastic things about most sims and most games. There are some real drawbacks too. For me, it depends what I'm in the mood for. If I'm wanting a real representation of an existing series and to get a real vibe, I'll pick a particular game over another. If I'm looking for a real great feeling of environment, immersion, you know, that's looking at probably Assetto Corsa maybe. If I'm feeling like GT3s, the clear place for that at the moment is Assetto Corsa Competizione, which is an absolute blast. I'm a huge fan of Race Room. I like their pricing model. I don't think it's too exorbitant. Simbin titles of Sector 3, I think they are now, have always been really high value. I think that they represent the sound of driving a car and just that audio sensation really well. Force feedback's pretty good, but yeah, their lighting and shader model isn't the best anymore. R-Factor 2, from all reports, I've tried it a little bit, but I don't own it myself. It's clearly the best handling model out there. But it's a really high barrier to entry. It doesn't have the widest variety of content, I should say. It does have great content, but there's not a huge variety in there. Online multiplayer is a bit hit and miss. Same with Automobilista, the original. It's still a fantastic game. It's got its quirks. Graphically, it's not brilliant. And the multiplayer can be really janky at times. But by God, does it handle well. Even with this outdated handling model that it has, and it asks very little of your PC. So if you're wanting to get into sort of the hobby and see what the sim racing thing's all about, Automobilista is a great place to start. It's cheap at the moment, and if your PC can't handle really demanding graphics, then absolutely head that way. But if it can, Automobilista 2 is super promising. And with that, we're coming to the end of our lap and the end of the race. With our spin, it looks like we're going to finish 18th. These cars can get a little bit tail happy. I've certainly set it up to be tail happy. The stock settings here are for these cars, very understeery. Super understeery. So I've tried to dial that out as much as I can. But that race, even with a spin, that was great fun. Really enjoyed that. We're just on our manual cool down lap now. And a little anomaly of the AI at the moment is that they will do 2 cool down laps. So I think we might join them on that one. Of course, if you've got any questions about Automobilista 2, feel free to ask. I'll try to get back to you as best as I can. These are some great cars. Really super easy to handle. I think these cars in a league would be magnificent. It'd be interesting to see what happens when proper damage is implemented, because I don't think we've got it all just yet in this sim, but we're only at what, 0.8 I think is our version at the moment, so still a little way to go before at full release. But it is bags of fun. The AI, slow as they are in some spots, are super promising. Super promising. It's been great fun. I should say we've been playing, the setting at the moment is 5 PM is when this race started, so starting in the afternoon. Oh, need to pull up a little bit more. It's pretty late recording this, so concentration has waned in and out. But on that note, if you've enjoyed the content, please leave a like. If it's been in any way helpful, again, leave a like. If you've enjoyed some of the videos I've been putting up, and I'll be putting up a lot more sim racing stuff, by all means subscribe. That would really help me out. me a good indication that you're liking what I'm doing. But beyond that, look after yourselves. Please stay safe. And I'll see you next time.